Hey, it's random pop culture news for Gary K. Mister. Man, we're raining guys and wrestlers around towards the channel. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, YouTube, Brady, and obviously, especially Brady on Odyssey, Reddit, and anywhere else on BitChute again. Just in case you get shut down, terminated, shadow banned, any of that stuff, God forbid. Anyways, yes, as you can tell, I know this happened actually more than a week and a half ago. I only heard about it on Thursday, so like 2 days ago. It's Friday now, it's almost 2 days. Like I said, Nintendo music is unfortunate. It's actually involved in NintendoSwitch, so in a way it's kind of like current event mainstream media news. And granted, very, very not so good news. Oh yeah. And I'm not laughing at the situation that happened, but it's on February 22nd, and I'm kind of glad I didn't find out about this in February, because I was a people right away. Oh, you're thinking you're an R word, and you're a bigot, and you hate like African Americans and blacks. And I'm not gonna lie, like a few times back in the day, especially in elementary school, I'll be honest with you, like, I mean, they might have like maybe like one or two bullies that were Caucasian white, but most of them end up being black African American. No offense to anyone that's black, it's just, I think in a lot of schools, especially from first grade to like fourth grade, a lot of them are really, really low income, very, very poor ghetto, like super, super ghetto hood house like schools around that area I used to go to, especially in Harlem, New York. My God. It's like one of the epicenters of poverty there, unfortunately. Yeah, so I have my fair share of living in ghettos and projects and shit like that, but I'm not gonna say I was racist or bigoted to any of those freaking black dudes, but some of them are just nasty ass pieces of shit, the worst fucking attitudes in planet. I'm not saying it's just strictly black people that have that freaking mentality. I know there's other races and ethnicities that have that shit too, but I didn't learn that until way later when I moved out here to Las Vegas, which I thought my Mexican people were gonna be chill with me, but out like 3 or 4 months later, they started bullying, harassing me eventually. So I don't know. It's just something like, in my personal opinion, I'm not gonna get the religion and all that spirituality shit. It's just, I don't know. It's just people that are good. Some of them get demon possessed by people that bully the weak. That's how I see it. I'm seeing that in my mid 30s, 34-year-old. I still see that shit. Not at work, thank God. But anyways, I'm gonna talk about this and then some Sonic Sega news. I remember I talked about this October, November when this happened. The Yuji Naka dude, the one he got in trouble like because he was doing insider trades with Square Enix, and this one I was talking about a shitload more video game industry news last year, from like 2013 all the way to 2022, which I still do monthly, beginning of March. So there's that. Two completely unrelated news before I get into this. Some more crazy shit about Hogwarts Legacy. This is another VTuber besides the chick from 2 weeks ago, almost Silverveil. They got bullied and harassed almost off the internet, but luckily she stood her ground. She said, fuck everyone, and not fuck everyone, but fuck any of these haters and trolls that, like, try to, like, harass her playing Harry Potter games. She's gonna love playing the shit out of this game. To a certain extent, she said that. So I'm glad she did it, but this other one named Pikami, I heard about since December, a while ago. I didn't follow her as much, but she's undergraduate, so she's going. I might do it in a separate video on Sunday. And then some other crazy ass news about, oh man. So shit about Pokemon. Said one of her friends unfortunately got one of her like streamer friends got stalked by a Twitch employee. I'll talk about that one in the next video tomorrow. So let's get started. So it says male 6'6" student knocks out 8 unconscious. Taking her Nintendo Switch video. I know this is probably the wrong music to do this with, but it's Nintendo related. It's the Earthbound series. So some student beat teacher unconscious for taking Nintendo Switch. Like I said, I'll say it before I say it again, I'm not trying to pass judgment just one race in this city by themselves, but especially when it comes to the United States out here, my God. Especially when they're playing them scam them, and the GF situation happened in Minneapolis, Minnesota, with those 4 officers. And you know what I'm talking about, I'm alluding to. I'm not going to talk about it further because the YouTube algorithm will shut this shit down if I talk anything about that politics or police officer shit or police brutality and all that stuff. But anyways, let's get started. Student beats teacher unconscious taking a Nintendo Switch, confiscating it away. There used to be a time and place when students had absolute fear of their teachers. Now students are abusing other teachers, and a generation is lost. On this from hiphopvibe.com. Forgot to mention that. Also goes on to say, yes, there are some students who are difficult. Students should stand up for themselves, and there's a limit to how far a student could or should go. In addition, not every teacher being stern is being unfair. After all, everybody is at school for the same reason. You learn to take, no, that reason is to learn. However, in Aiden, Florida, a Florida high school student will literally wind up being knocked out. Well, some are hesitant to admit it. There are many lost children lost in a generation over the past 15 years. To me, that was way longer than that. It's probably 1995, 96, all the way to 2007 when I graduated high school. Not even getting into that, but let's move on. For years, it was established that the students were not allowed to bring their toys or their devices to school. However, with the cell phones becoming so essentially to everyday life, schools have had to relent on that rule. As a result, other devices were allowed in the classroom. Now students are bringing their actual video game consoles to schools. In northern Florida, a 17-year-old student wounded up arrested. The reason for that is because a 6'6" male student beat up his female aide in the classroom. Not only did he beat up this woman, but he left her unconscious. As a result, he went to jail. Surprised he went to prison, but again, it's a juvie. But some of these fools know what the fuck they're doing now. And like I said, I want to sound, we can be a little harsh on certain people, PLCs, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm just saying. I'll get to that in a really huge fucking second. So it says, not only did he beat up this woman and left her conscious, and she went to the hospital. Student went after her, and one provoked his only reasoning for hurting this woman was because she confiscated his NintendoSwitch. Student beats up teacher and counselor. So overall thoughts using opinion. It's absolutely fucking disgusting. It's absolute fucking hell. Why this dude did what he did? He's way taller. I'm barely 6'0". 6'6". That's like almost towering. Already towering my house. And like I said, I don't want to make an automatic judgment or assumptions that this and that. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes IRL I do that a shitload off YouTube. I can say, because I'm racist or I'm bigoted or something, but out of the most bad experiences I had, I was mainly unfortunate little nasty piece of shit fucking black kids. Simple as that. I'm sorry, and that sounds racist, but that's just how it was for me. Even nowadays, like, I wouldn't even have IRL. Like, I'll have black associates that I work around sometimes when I'm in my hotel casino job, but other than that, IRL, I'm not gonna have, like, no African American friends at all, unfortunately. Even the ones that have a super high intellectual, like, understanding of life, and some are even wide awake. The only two I know here on YouTube was this one dude named Days of No One, and another dude named what was his name? Unplugging. Those are probably the only two African American dudes I will have a mass load of respect for in my life. And then a few other ones I'm subscribed to. I know I'm subscribed to other African American content creators out there like Omni, Tyra Magnus, Insane Game Freak, Misanthropic one, a few other black dudes that are really, really super awesome and shit on YouTube. I watch occasionally here and there when I get a chance. But like as far as IRL friends as well, I don't know. Probably not, unfortunately. I mean, I'll still have maybe a couple of white Caucasian men. Obviously, I'm going to spend them dinner friends. That's a given, obviously. IRL. And maybe a few Filipino friends, and that's probably it. Other than that, this motherfucker, he knew what he did. He straight up knew what he did. I guarantee you, once kids nowadays are like 12 to 16 or 17, especially a lot of them seeing a lot of the fucked up crime-infested bullshit drug and alcohol places, especially when the whole happened before when I was born in the 80s, the whole crack epidemic shit that happened, especially it left a lot of black families destroyed at that point. And it sucks ass the government had to do that to them, but I'm not going to say it had to be done because it's extremely fucked up that happened. Maybe now in 2023 it's a tiny bit more different, but it's damn shame. This fool should be life in prison, honestly. He looks like he was going to literally take this lady's life when I saw the video. I don't even know if I should link it now below, but let's move on to the next story. So a little bit more, something a little bit more tame, a little bit less of a criminalistic sort of thing that this dude did, even though he completely broke the laws in Japan. And shout out to my dude Dreamcast guy. I know we talked about this on some one-way media. Those dudes I follow sometimes a lot. I talk about video gaming industry, so I'll link the link to their videos in the description box below. The original OG creator. This one struck a chord. It broke the hell out of me, man. I mean, that's not my top 5 favorites, my top 10 favorite franchise of all time. He created Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, Yuji Naka. So he admits to the insider trading. That's no good from Raw Meat Cowboy. I remember this dude from Go Nintendo. God, it's been so long since I talked about this. So it says back in late 2022 November, Sonic creator, Hedgehog creator Yuji Naka was arrested twice on suspicion of insider trading Square Enix. According to the reports, Mr. Naka was using early information about upcoming games collaborations to buy stock and made a quick buck. Then Mr. Naka has confirmed these suspicions. It's sad to see an absolute OG legend like this dude. He made literally so much of my fucking childhood, bro. I don't know if he made like the mid-late 1990s or he had any responsibility making an early mid-2000 version, the old school Sonic cartoon, like the one that was an old school meme and ended up being in a bunch of YouTube poops, like Sonic Says, where he was the one that came up with the idea for Sonic X. Like, bro. And literally just yesterday, I found out who this other new Sonic character from Sonic Boom was, which I never watched any of the cartoons for that, but I watched the memes for it. I don't think it was Ben Schwartz that did the voice for it, but there was a girl on there. She was called Perci or Stacy the Bandicoot. Like, how the heck do any of the Crash Bandicoot freaking characters get in Sonic, the Sega series? I thought that was from nowadays Vicarious Vision back in the days to be owned by Naughty Dog. How the heck did that even happen? But she looks like Blaze the Cat. But tangent aside, let's move on. During a trial in Tokyo District Court, Naka admitted to the insider trade, which violates Japan's Financial Instruments and Exchange Act. And once again, Mr. Naka had traded over $1 million, I guess that's in yen, in stocks while being employed to Square Enix. Specifically, same dude as in Secret of Mana, the whole Final Fantasy franchise. I really need to make a Parasite Eve remaster for that. So it also goes on to say, specifically, Mr. Naka said there was, quote, no doubt that he knew the details about the upcoming games before they were shared publicly and used the information to benefit financially. With Mr. Naka admitting guilt in this situation is pretty much an open and closed case. Mr. Naka's fate is now in the courts, but is incredibly likely he'll have some major fines and jail time ahead of him. Oh, like my dude Dreamcast guy said when I was watching this 2 days ago. Bro, they might get him a less harsher, like not death sentence, I don't think they're giving that, but from what I heard, a lot of the laws, rules, and regulations for Japan, when somebody goes out there to prison or jail, I'm not sure it's a little bit more like lighthearted over there in their prisons, or it's a billion times worse, like a lot of third world areas like Brazil or places in Africa or India, where their jails are literally like almost, from what I heard, I've never seen any documentaries in it, they're probably like torture chambers over there in my personal opinion. If Japan is like that, oh lord, bro, this dude's gonna be suffering pretty hardcore, man. And I think he had 2 kids too. And one of the parts of my thumbnail, I put that on there before, but this is a bad luck for him, bro. And like this other dude said, like I was watching, my dude Dreamcast guy on Spawnwave, he might get his ending credits. In the last, I don't know if he was in charge of the last Silent Frontiers game, or somebody else was in charge of that project. It was the last one that came out in November. His whole credit, his reputation for all the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, the characters that he created, and he might not get no credit at all. They'll probably just scrub him off and delete his freaking reputation for any game project that he had any involvement in. It's gonna be gone. It's gonna be wiped off the face of the freaking video game industry's freaking legacy. And that's a shame. Really huge shame. That's like all the female wife or anthropomorphic chicks. I'm not gonna lie, once in a while, even nowadays, I probably frap often Rule 34 the female ones. As long as they don't have any of that, no offense to anyone in the LGBTQI community, they don't have the, any of that, nasty sausage crap, I'm okay with it. That's it. It was nice knowing Mr. Manga, even though he made that really, really shitty ass fucking game, Battleland Wonderworld. And hopefully he survives in jail. That's it. Peace out once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and fangirls. Talking to buddies. I'll see you when I see you guys day, night, wherever you're out there. Since Merch Your channel, we do once a month, twice a month, video game industry news, and manga news, Twitch news, drama news, Elon Musk news, other creepy Twitch drama news, and that's it. And of course, reaction review segments. Peace out, and I saw for lazy mice. You don't flip side, take it easy, on. I'm taking the poison, the jab, and everybody's hydro. I'm done. Later.